Hello everyone. Today we'll be looking at word processing. Before we delve into the topic, here's a positive reminder. So, note takers are history makers. What you write today helps shape what you'll master tomorrow. I want you guys to stay focused, stay engaged, and let's make these notes count. Let's do it. So, what is word processing? Word processing is the process of creating a document on a computer system. Let me go again. It is the process of creating a document on a computer system. So whenever it is that you are given a project to complete and you type it up on the computer system, you're actually engaging in the process of word processing. You're actually creating a document on a computer system. Examples of word processors. So we have Microsoft Word, we have Google Docs, we have Open Office, and we have Apple iWork. So all these are examples of word processors that we can use to create our documents in. Steps to open Microsoft Word. So we click Start, we go to All Programs, we click Microsoft Office, and then we open Microsoft Word. What is editing? Editing is making changes to text in a document. So, editing is making changes to text in a document. I realize we have the editing group right there on the ribbon. So, where we have the find, replace, select. So, these are basically editing tools. And I'm going to show you further down how we're going to use these tools to make editing in a text or in a document. Copying and moving text. So you see, copying and moving text are important in word processing. The buttons for these are in the clipboard group on the home tab. So remember the tabs, they are found on the ribbon. The ribbon, it contains various tabs. So these tabs are the home tab, the insert tab, the page layout, the references, the mailing, the review, and so forth. And each of them, they have their respective group. So when you click on home, you will see something different from when you click on page layout. And you can always explore that on your computers. So now we're going to get into some definition of terms as it pertains to copying and moving text. So the first one we want to look at, copy. And I'm sure you all would have copied a text at some point in time in your life. So you see, when you're copying a text, this is what you're basically doing. You're actually creating a duplicate of the text and you're storing it temporarily on the clipboard. So not forever, but for a short period of time. So you're creating a duplicate of the text and you store it temporarily on the clipboard. Here's another one, cut. So again, I'm sure at some point in your life you would have cut a text from somewhere and put it somewhere else. So this is what cutting of text basically means. So it is basically where you remove the text from the original place. So you remove the text from where you had it and you store it on the clipboard. So you're removing the text from the original place and storing it on the clipboard. So by then, right there, looking at these two definitions, you can realize that they are different. So copy creates a duplicate. Cut basically removes the text from the original place. Right. Paste. So when we're pasting, we're basically inserting the copied or the cut text from the clipboard to the desired location. So you realize when we copy text, it would have gone to the clipboard. When we cut text, it would have gone to the clipboard. So now when we're pasting text, we're basically inserting them from the clipboard to wherever in the document we want it. And then we have undo, and this basically reverse the last action performed. So we're basically reversing. So what a revert is that we would have had, we're basically undoing it. So we're reversing right there. And I'm gonna show you how that is done further on in this video. And then we have a definition for clipboard. So a clipboard is a temporary storage area for copied or cut data. Or if you want to say a temporary storage area for copied or cut text. Alright, so now that we would have delved into the definition, now we need to know how to copy text. So how do we copy text? So to copy text, we must follow these steps. So first, we have to select the text you want to copy. So you place your cursor in front or beside the text that you want to copy. You're going to highlight it. Then you're going to click the copy button or you use the shortcut Control C. You can then take the text that you have copied and paste it somewhere else in the document. And I will show you how that action is performed further down in today's video. How to paste text. So after you have copied the text, we're going to move the cursor now to the location in the document where you want the text to paste. And you click the paste button or Control V, and that's a shortcut for how you paste text, for pasting stuff. How to cut text. And now we're not talking about cutting as it pertains to using a scissors. So sometimes you may want to move text to another spot instead of copying it. So we don't want to create a duplicate. What we want to do, we want to move it. We want to remove it from where it is and put it somewhere else. So to cut text, we have to follow these steps. So first, you select the text you want to move and you click the cut button or Control X. So that's a shortcut for cutting things. Then you use the mouse to click on the spot in the document where you want the text to go. And then you select the paste option. You paste it wherever you want it. So that's how we cut text. Alright, so here is a small brain teaser. So which of these is the correct sequence for moving a sentence to different parts of a document? Which of these is the correct sequence for moving a sentence to different parts of a document? So is it that we're going to cut, then select, then paste? Or are we going to select, then copy, then paste? Or are we going to select, cut, then paste? Or are we going to copy, select, cut, then paste? So please leave your answer to that question in the comment section. Moving right along, formatting and formatting features. Word processing programs let you format the document and the text, or format the text and the document. You can apply different looks and styles to the text and the overall layout of the document. This helps to make your document look neat, professional, and attractive to read. So when we format our text or we add some formatting features to our document, they ended up looking very neat, very professional, and attractive to read. So this is basically the importance of us formatting our document. So it's very important. Character formatting. So we can format character, which means you can apply different styles to them. And all of the following features can be controlled using the font group on the Home tab. And remember, the Home tab is found on the ribbon. Character formatting. So character formatting lets you change how text appears in your document. Character formatting lets you change how text appears in your document. So if we want to change the way how our text appear in the document, we may decide to bold it, to underline it, to italize it, to change the font style, to change the font color, and so forth. So if we are bolding text, we're basically making the text appear darker and thicker, making it stand out. And we have an example right there. So notice how the red apple, notice how the words, how dark they are, how thick they are in comparison to the remaining paragraph or the remaining text. Underline, what this does, it adds a line below the text for emphasis. And you can see it right there, the red head, and that those three words are underlined. Font style. So what this does, it changes the style or look of a text. And these are some common font styles. So we have Times New Roman, Arial, and Calibri. Font size, what it does, it changes the size of the text. And you see right there, we have book and pencil. So as you would have noticed, book and it is much smaller than the remaining text. So you realize how big pencil is and how small book is. So these are ways in which we go about using font size to change the appearance of the text. And also we can use font color. So what this means or what this does, it allows us to change the color of the text. So for example, blue sky right there, and blue is in the color blue. So font color allows you to change the color of the text. And then these are some computer shortcuts. So we have copy. To copy, we press the control key along with C and we press both of them at once. With the paste, control V, cut, control X, undo, control Z. And looking to our right, top hand corner of the screen, you're able to see two control keys. So I hope you guys would have been able to identify the two control keys on the keyboard. And the control key, it is labeled CTRL. So CTRL. And that stands for control. So those are the two control keys. All right, so before we get into the activity, let me quickly dive into a Word document. So let's use up that which we would have learned. Let's apply it to our Word document. All right, so right here we have two paragraphs. So it is entitled Cindy and Her Red Apple. As she ate, she felt happy and full. The red apple tastes better than any she had before. After she ate the apple, she kept the seed, hoping to plant it and grow a tree of her own. Cindy found a red apple under a big tree. It was shiny and bright, and it looked so good to eat. She picked it up, smiled, and took a bite. The apple was sweet and crunchy, just like she hoped. All right, so we're going to use up that which we would have learned today. So we learned about copy, we learned about cut, we learned about undoing, pasting, the clipboard, and some formatting features. I personally believe that the second paragraph should have appeared first. But how am I going to get it to appear first? Should I use the copy button or should I use the cut button? I'm not too sure. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use both and see which one gives me the result that I am looking for. All right, so let me first use the copy button. The copy. All right, so I place my cursor beside the text or in front of the text that I want to copy. I highlight it, I make a right click, and I copy this text. I want it to come before this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my cursor here and I'm going to bring this down a bit and I'm going to put the text right there. So I right click once more and I select my paste option. But then again, I'm realizing that I've created a duplicate of this paragraph. So I have it at the top right here. So let me just highlight it. I have it at the top right here. And I also have it at the bottom right there. I don't want it to be two placed. So hence, I don't think the copy option was the right option for me to have selected. So you know what? Let me quickly undo. So let me revert this action that I would have done. So the undo icon is at the top, or you can use the shortcut Control Z. But let me use the icon first. So I'm undoing, you realize the highlight is being removed. The other highlight is being removed. The paragraph is gone. All right. So now let me go ahead and use the cut option. So persons that were saying cut from the beginning, you are indeed correct. So let's try it out and see how it works. All right, so I don't want this paragraph to be at the bottom. So I select it once more and I right click and I select cut. See, it's gone. So it's removed from the original place. And they said to get it to where I want it, I need to paste it there. All right. So I'll go to the top and I'm going to use the shortcut for pasting. And it is Control V. And right then and there, my paragraph is where I want it to be. So now it reads, Cindy found a red apple under a big tree. It was shiny and bright and it looked so good to eat. She picked it up, smiled, and took a bite. The apple was sweet and crunchy, just like she hoped. As she ate, she felt happy and full. The red apple tasted better than any she had before. After she ate the apple, she kept the seed, hoping to plant it and grow a tree of her own. All right. So we would have used the copy, we would have used cut, and we would have also used paste, and also we would have used the undo icon. So now I believe we can get into formatting this document. I want it to look attractive. I don't like the way it is looking currently, especially the title. So what are some of the things that I can do now to the title to get it to look a bit more attractive, more appealing? Cindy and her red apple. Oh, I think I could go ahead and change the font style. So I don't want it to be Times New Roman anymore. I want it to look more attractive. Oh, I could use Algerian. So let me try the Algerian font style. Oh, but it's still so tiny. So I'm gonna change the font size as well. So I'm gonna make this bigger. Yes, that is more to my suit. Also, I want to change the color. I don't want this to be black. Cindy and her red apple. So I would prefer to use the color red. Change the color to red. I think I also want the title to be darker and more thicker. So you know what, let me use the bold. So I'm going to bold the title. So I highlight it. I can use either use Control B, or I can go right here and select the B right there and bold the text. Also, I learned about underlining as a formatting feature. So yes, I can go ahead and underline it as well. So we could use Control U, or we could use the U right here. So here we have the underline and we have various options that we can choose from. So if you want to allow the line to look like that, if you want double line, if you want a straight thick line, if you want broken lines, dotted lines, if you want a zigzag line or a wavy line. So the option or the choice is yours, but I want the double line. So I select that option. And we could also italize it. And that's what the I right here is for. So to italize your text. So you realize my title looks so much different, so much more attractive than it was before. And that's all thanks to formatting features. But before I get out of this document, I don't want this to be Cindy and her red apple. I want it to be Matthew and his red apple. But I don't want to go through all the document looking for all the Cindy to change it to Matthew and all the her to change it to all the her to change it to his, all the she to change it to he. So you know what I think I could use? I could use the editing, the group for editing right here on the home tab. So where we have find, replace, select. So let me try and see what the find one is all about. Fine. Oh, so let me try to find all the word bright in this paragraph. So let me type it in right there. Find bright for me. So you see, when we type in a word, you realize that this actually finds the word for us and it's highlighted right there in the yellow. Let me try finding another word. So let me try to find all the she. Oh, so cool. So 7 of them came up. Let me try another one. Let me try to find all of the apple. So right there. So we see what the find is basically used for. So let me try the replace now. So I want to replace all the Cindy to Matthew. So I don't want it to be Cindy again. I want it to be Matthew. So I select the replace arrow. I want to find Cindy and I want to replace it with the word Matthew. And I press replace all. So I'm going to replace all the Cindy with Matthew. So here we'll get a notification to say all done. We made 2 replacements. So there were only 2 Cindy in the document. So those Cindy are now changed to Matthew. But there's no way I can have Matthew and her red apple and Matthew is a male. So I also need to change her to his. So replace once more and I'm going to replace the her with his. So I'm going to select replace. So that's the first one, replace, replace. So we finished searching the document. So only 2 her was there. So they are now replaced to his. I also need to replace the she with he. So I'm going to replace all the she with he. So replace, 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 replace. So we've finished searching the document. So that's basically how we use these icons to make editing a document so much easier. I hope you guys would have learned a thing or two. And if you have any question, please don't be afraid to leave them in the comments section. So back to the class activity or back to the activity. What's the purpose of the clipboard? What's the purpose of the clipboard? So as was mentioned before, the clipboard is used to store texts that have been copied or cut. So it's a temporary storage area or it temporarily stores cut or copy text. What's the difference between copy and cut? Copy basically creates a duplicate of the text, while cut remove the text from the original place. Which shortcut keys are used for undo? That's Control Z. If you don't, if you copy text but don't paste it, what happens? Leave your thoughts for that question in the comment section. So if you copy text but don't paste it, what happens? So I'll be happy to read those comments. And also, please do not forget the brain teaser that we started out with. So please don't forget the brain teaser. So which one of these is the correct sequence for moving a sentence to different parts of a document? So you have two questions for homework. You have the brain teaser, so I want to know if the answer is A, B, C, D. And I also want to know what happens if you copy a text but don't paste it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you would have learned something. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.